Guys, hey, what's up? It's Curtis Edgerton here. So just got out of training. Had a good workout. Went up to a new personal best today in the deadlift. 305, which, like I said, in the super heavyweights, when I was in the heavier weight class, you know, my weights were up a little bit. Right now, you gotta think I lost 50 pounds. That took about 50 pounds off my deadlift for some reason. It's kind of weird. But yeah, as a super heavyweight, I did 357 deadlift. Now, in the heavyweight class that I'm in now, I've done now officially 305. And guys, for those Facebook YouTuber guys that gotta have the video for proof, I got that shit on proof. I got that on video. It's real, guys. Shit just got real. I'm psyched, man. It's not a big jump. 5 pounds, but you know what? Progress is progress. Every little bit of weight added to the bar means progress, means you're getting that little bit better. So couldn't be happier with tonight's workout. 305 through 315 on the bar. Got it off the ground. Wasn't able to pull it. It was coming close. Got it up to about knee level, and the back was just shot. It was tired. Like I said, I just recently, I don't know if I made that video or not. Yeah. Recently I had that back injury. I was doing deadlifts the other day, a couple days ago. Yeah, I think I just pinched a nerve or pulled a muscle in my back or something. I didn't really give it a super long amount of time off. I gave it 3 days. Relaxed. Put some max freeze on it. And it was feeling okay, enough to do snatches, clean jerks. Enough to lift the PR deadlift, so can't be too bad. But it was a little sore. It wasn't like nothing that I couldn't handle. But definitely something to watch for through my progression. So yeah, definitely something to watch for. Always watch your injuries, because they could end up getting more serious. You never know. So you just gotta really keep an eye on those kind of things. But like I said in the video, I'm not one to really give up either. So honestly, but if it's serious enough to where I have to take time out, I'll do so. But enough about injuries. Let's talk about the goodness here. So yeah, 305 PB in the deadlift. Felt pretty good. Pulled it off. Got it off the floor really quick. Once I got to the top, it was a little bit slower, but not too bad for a personal best. In terms of it being, a hard lift or whatever, not too bad. So yeah, the rest of the workout we did, I did jerk, rack holds, rack dips and stuff like that. For the non-Olympic weightlifters who watch my channel, I know I don't have many subscribers. Hint, hint, guys. please subscribe. I throw that in there, but no, yeah, that is a exercise for, you know, the clean and jerk when you're, which is our 2-motion lift. The dip, you have to drop down, dip, and then come back up and get the weight overhead. It's kind of hard to explain, but this exercise, you can, because you don't have to squat it, or you can load the bar with like crazy amounts of weight, and you know, just practice the dip for the jerk with heavier loads. That way it practices, you know, getting your elbows up, you know, keeping your elbow position, keeping your elbows high. So I mean, if you could do that with a heavy load, the ones that I actually work with, the weights that I work with and lift, are going to be easy. See what I'm saying? So it's just a little accessory exercise to help build a little bit of strength in the dip and build a little bit of just technique and things like that in the hold, the rack position. But yeah, did those up to, where did I go with them? My goal was to hit 500. Now, like I said, you can load the bar up, but there is a limit, obviously. I mean, your legs are only going to take so much. After a workout or after a lift or whatever, your legs are only going to take so much. I got up to 4, what did I hit? I think I hit 455, I want to say. 450, 455 in that exercise. The goal was 500, but that didn't happen. Now, this is actually a PB on that exercise, but you know, I don't really count that they're accessory exercises. I really shouldn't even count the deadlift, but I count it because it's a major lift. Everybody gets hyped about big deadlifts, so nobody cares about, you know, big jerk dips or whatever. So not even in the Olympic weightlifting world, it's not a big deal. Anyway, so that is a personal best in this heavyweight class for myself. As a super heavyweight, I did 440, 200 kilos. So, PB there. So tonight we had pretty much a night of personal best. Then I did a little bit of bodybuilding type exercises, trying to work on other parts of the body. I wanna start, you know, building back strength, but I want to start building up some definition, getting some biceps and tricep work in, doing some upper back work, some lat work, you know, just trying to get a full, basically a full body physique, if you will. I'm not, no guys, I'm not becoming a bodybuilder. I'm just incorporating some of those exercises to make myself look a little better. But so yeah, tonight's workout went good. Like I said, I had a little bit of soreness in that back due to the little bit of a back injury I had, but you know, just got to be careful with it and keep working with it. You know, injuries are gonna come. Injuries are gonna come in every sport. Every sport, there's always injuries. You know, I don't think there's ever been a sport ever played in the history of mankind to not have an injury of some sort. Everybody can get injured, so, you know, but we can do things to, I guess, lessen our chances of getting injured, I should say. You know, by making sure we eat good, making sure I keep the calories high, at least try my best to keep the calories good quality, eating good food. Like I made the video before, that's a little bit harder on a tighter budget, like myself. But and that's, just rest well. Try to rest well. Um, Try to recover as much as I can. The good thing about this new job I'm with, um, it's a weekend shift, so I can take off, say, this weekend. I'll probably take off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then train during the week. I have 3 days off, 4 days on of training, so that's nice. Kind of sucks. It's gonna be a 12-hour shift, so yeah, I'll be working 6 A to 6 P tomorrow. But so that should be fun. Should be nice and tired, ready to relax and recover. But it will be heavy lifting as well, so I don't know how much recovery I'm really getting, but I'll try my best to keep the calories decent, and that's all I really can do, is just try my best and, do the best we can. So, we'll keep working at it, but yeah. The rest of the workout went good. Trying to keep the nutrition on point. Sorry guys, I'm a little quiet. I'm trying to think of things to talk about here. Sometimes I'll get on here and have good topics. Sometimes I'm just kind of, okay, well I said what I got, but I want to keep the good videos going. I want to keep good content and things like that. So, I want to make it interesting. I'm just trying to think of things to talk about. But, yeah, so nutrition. Well, there we go. I can talk a little bit about myself a little bit. Not to sound selfish, but no, talk about myself as an athlete. So, my name is Curtis James Edgerton. I started in the sport of Olympic weightlifting about roughly 4 or 5 years ago, and I did. Now, when I started the sport, I didn't come from, doing some other sport. I didn't come from a football background. I didn't come from any of that. So when I started basically, sound like Drake here, started from the bottom. I basically started from the absolute bottom when it comes to the sport world. Lifting world, sports world, anything. I mean, I was, when I started the sport, I was roughly about 250 pounds or so. So, I mean, I was a super when I started. But I was just fat. I had no muscle, I had no strength, really. I was just a fat kid. Which is ironic because, a couple of years before I started, believe it or not, I was like, 160. I was right on par with body weight. Badass Trans Am just passed us, turbo. Badass car. Anyway, so yeah, when I started, I was just a fat kid. I had no training background. I had no lifting weights. I had nothing. I started from nothing, which is what I love about the sport, is that you could take somebody like myself and build them up. That's the most amazing thing about the human body. This kind of stuff fascinates me, the science and the nutrition. You could take somebody who has, like myself, when I first started, was a couch potato. Never ever trained in my life. Never lifted weights, never did any sports. I mean, I did basketball when I was younger, but at that time, and that wasn't very long, maybe 2 years. A YMCA basketball team, but yeah, never really. After that, I mean, I got older and just got turned into a couch potato. So, me and my dad weren't in contact for a while, and then got in contact with him, went up, visited him. Now, at this time, I had no idea he was an Olympic weightlifter. We had talked a little bit before. He said he was a weightlifter. He did something with weights. So, I pictured him. I didn't know what to think. I haven't met the guy since, well, I knew him when I was a baby, so I didn't really know him. We actually just recently got reunited and separated again. Anyway, but so went out, visited him, and I had no idea what this was that he was doing. These amazing things. Like, it looked like a circus act. Like, I've never heard of Olympic weightlifting, never seen Olympic weightlifting. I've never really stepped foot in a gym. And to walk in here and see these guys throwing weights over their head and see my dad standing there just throwing like 300 plus pounds over, it was amazing, man. I tell you. But, my first trip there, I was kind of scared to touch the weights, I was like, what if I'm weak, They're going to think, oh, that's his son, he's weak, and geez, like, is he going to live up to the name? And, I was a little nervous, I'll be honest. So I didn't touch the weights the whole time I was there. I just watched him and just marveled at this cool thing I've never seen before. And man, I got back home and I got talked to him on Messenger or whatever, and I was like, dude, how do I become a weightlifter? I mean, I always got the skeptics that said, oh, you did that because your dad. And, well, I mean, my dad never forced me into it. He never said, dude, you have to become a weightlifter. That's it, set in stone, that's it, you're a weightlifter. No. My dad just basically got me into it. Like, just seeing it, Like, he really got me into wanting to do it. Not because, like I said, not because he ever forced it on me. Not because he ever said, dude, you have to do this. You have to become a weightlifter. None of that shit. Spider webs everywhere. On this boardwalk you gotta walk across. I'm a little baby when it comes to spiders. But no, he never said any of that. You had to do this. This was set in stone. This was your destiny. No. I fell in love with the sport. Fell in love with it. Because I just saw these people just lifting these weights over their head. And just massive weights and stuff. I thought that was so freaking cool. I was like, I want to do that. And got into it, and man, that was it. My first day I picked up the weights to do, I think my first ever lift, I was so scared of the snatch because, with the snatch you gotta lift that weight overhead in one single motion. It's like, that's crazy. And I was like, that's crazy, man. Can't do that. And so I stuck with the clean and jerk for a while. And when I did my first clean and jerk, successful clean and jerk, man, I was hooked. I was hooked on the sport. Ever since then, I've been doing it. Love every minute of it. I mean, now, I'm not going to say I didn't have rough spots. And I'm not going to say I didn't have moments I thought about quitting it. I was like, especially in the time that I wasn't competing. Or wasn't trying to get to a competition stage. I really just, it's like, dude, what am I doing this for? I mean, man, I'm not competing. I'm not trying to train for anything. What am I doing this for? Why am I hurting myself? Why am I tearing my body down? I had times I thought about quitting. Wasn't making lifts. felt like I wasn't making progress. And then I started to get better and better and better and better. And when you start getting to the point where your lifts start going up and you start making progress, that is what really hooks you. When you start making the progress, that's what really hooks you. I started hitting bigger and bigger numbers, and I was hooked. So, yeah, been doing that about 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, and I love the sport. It's in my blood, and I probably won't ever give it up. I try to find every way I can to train and to make sure I'm able to train. So, I mean, rain or shine, I will train. But, so anyway, back to the topic. So about myself, I, like I said, started the sport about 4 or 5 years ago. Stuck with it ever since. And, my height, I'm about 5'8". So not real tall. I mean, about average. Not a tall guy, but I've never really had a lot of height in my family. I mean, I do on my mom's side of the family, but like none of it ever really trickled down to me. Like, I have uncles that are like 6'4". I have a grandpa that's like, 6 foot plus. But I never really got any of that height because my mom was short. My dad's not super tall. My dad is right about 6 foot. He's like 5'11", 5'11 and a half, somewhere in there. Right about 6 foot. And, yeah. So, the height just never really trickled down. So, fortunately got, short end of the stick, literally, on that. But, calories. How do I... Talking a lot about my nutrition and what I eat. So the people that have just seen this video or just watching, that haven't seen my other nutrition and training blogs, I'm eating, like I said, I try to eat as clean as possible, if I can, if money allows me. I try to eat as clean as possible, and yeah, I eat roughly around anywhere from in between 3,500 to, on like a really high day, if I have like a cheat day or something, I'll have like 4,500 calories. So normally, minimum, I have to hit 3,500 calories to feel good in the gym, to feel like I have enough energy, feel like I'm recovering well enough. I have to minimum 3,500 calories. Then, if I'm going real heavy or something, I'll shoot for, 3,700 or to 4,000. So normally it runs about 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day, which I feel pretty good there in those levels. I mean, I probably could push it to 4,500 to 5,000, but at the moment, I'm pretty happy. 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day. Keeps me lean enough, but strong enough. So yeah, just trying to eat as clean as I can. Nutritional wise, just trying to keep my protein very high. I eat about, I try to get Actually, I don't really try. I always get in the range of 250 to 300 grams of protein, which is way over. That's more like 2 pounds or 2 grams, or yeah, 2 grams per pound of body weight or something, you know, versus 1 gram per pound. You know, I'm kind of doubling it. So, you know, I weigh 220. So, you know, I weigh 220. When I try to get lean, and I weigh, you know, 205, 200. I get real light. But, so I need roughly around 220 grams of protein a day to recover, to build strength, to build the muscle. Now, actually, I have an opposite problem with my diet. Everybody seems to be able to get a lot of carbs, but not a lot of protein. I mean, I like foods like pastas, things like that. But, you know, how much of that crap can you really eat a day? For myself, I buy a lot of meat and stuff, you know, a lot of lean sources of protein, turkey, burgers, chicken, chicken breasts, things like that. So, I eat a lot more lean meats than I do anything of carbs. So, I don't eat a lot of carbs. So I get roughly 150 to 200 grams of carbs a day, which in the big scheme, for a normal guy, yeah, that's a lot. But in the big scheme of things, for a weightlifter, that's really not a lot. So, you know, I maybe I'm gonna start upping my carb intake a little bit. That might give me some stronger lifts. But you know, so yeah, about 250 to 300 grams of protein a day. 150 to 200, sometimes 250 grams of carbs. Try to keep my fat within 130 grams of fat a day. But I don't really, like I said, I don't really watch macros. I just try to eat a good diet. So, it's a little bit about myself and my training, my diet, and really excited about the PB, that we're making progress and getting better. But we're home now, and until next time, guys, stay strong.